Here's some help with understanding streaming services. And I found this a rather interesting question, and it comes from Mike in Bridge North, England. Is that close to Bridge South? Mike says, what are the various streaming services? Can you please explain the various strengths and weaknesses between the plethora of live music sources for me? I think he means streaming services. Okay. Being a silver surfer, like me, I haven't kept up to date with today's technology as thoroughly as I should have, and when I met with a list of available sources like Spotify, Vtuner, Tidal, Qobuz, MQA, and Roon, my head begins to spin. Please rescue me from my confused state. I gotcha, man. I gotcha. So, all right, first off, let's eliminate one of those. MQA and Roon are not streaming services. Roon, in particular, is a music management program, kind of like a fancy schmancy iTunes. All right, so when you hear the word Roon, that is where you can open up on your iPad and select what kind of music you want to listen to. And Roon does support streaming services like Tidal and stuff, which we will get to, and I'll explain to you in a minute. MQA, Master Quality Authenticated, is our friend Bob Stewart's format. It's a kind of a lossy format that allows high-resolution audio to be streamed or recorded at lower bandwidth rates. So, and in particular, streaming rates that are lower and easy, and then can be expanded back to their original higher resolution state. So, but it's not specific to streaming. So, like I've got a bunch of MQA recorded music, and what they're doing is fooling around with the filters and with the way that it sounds in order to make it sound closer to the original recording. So let's put MQA and Roon to the side, and now we'll start talking about streaming services. There are two ways to look at streaming service, and we all understand that streaming services are where there's a big collection of music somewhere up in the cloud in a big server somewhere, and that we can tap into that server, choose music that we want to listen to in the same way that Netflix or whatever television service you have has a bevy, a library full of movies. And I can go to Netflix, and one of my favorite shows is actually from England, a BBC production called Father Brown. Love Mark Williams, who was Ron Weasley's father in the Harry Potter series. But Mark Williams does a great job. I love it. Terry and I are addicted to Father Brown. He's, anyway, the detective, sort of a priest detective thing. And so at our leisure, we simply go to Netflix, hit the remote, and bingo. That movie is being streamed just to us right at that time. Amazing. I mean, absolutely phenomenal that out of the millions upon millions of people and television sets out there, I can simply go to a library somewhere and go and play a movie to my house, not yours, at a time of my own choosing, whenever I want. That's amazing. And the same is true for music. And that's what streaming is all about. Whether you're streaming music or movies, doesn't really matter. So we have these big computers in the sky, in the cloud. We go and select it through a program like Roon, and we say, okay, play. So specifically, Spotify Connect, you asked about. All right, Spotify is an interesting service. They are not high quality music. It's good quality, but they have an amazing library, probably one of the biggest in the world, of music. So there you can find all kinds of music to play. And a lot of young people, my son, most of the 30, 40-year-old kids that I know that listen and stream music, they use Spotify. Spotify has probably the biggest, best library around. Again, not particularly high end, so that's all lossy, kind of, MP3 lossy, but a great big library. And then the other one you have now, Vtuner. Vtuner is a streaming service, not in the same sense as Netflix is a streaming movie service. Vtuner tunes in various radio stations that are available on the internet. So I use Vtuner, and I listen to Jazz 24 out of Seattle. And I listen to a couple of other stations, like our local one here. But that's for internet radio, which is streaming, but not specific to music. The other one that you talked about was Tidal and Qobuz. So Tidal and Qobuz are the two services that are lossless. What's that mean? Lossless means that I can download CD quality. So ostensibly, the same quality that I would play with a CD in my listening room is what's coming over that streaming service. Now, their libraries, both Qobuz and Tidal, they're not small. I mean, I think they have hundreds of thousands, maybe even close to 1 million, enough for you to listen for a lifetime. Not as big as Spotify, but certainly big. So those two, and Qobuz is the European version of Tidal, if you will, and I think they're starting to come out here in the US, but you choose one of the two. And I think generally Qobuz is thought of as a little bit higher end with better selections that suit folks our age, a better classical selection than Tidal. But choose one, Tidal or Qobuz, and you choose those because you want higher quality audio. You choose Spotify Connect because there you want the world of music at your fingertips. I hope that helps. All right. Good luck, Mike. Silver surfing. Bye.